Hi, good morning Facebook and good morning YouTube. Now, I'm not so sure who's what and how in this dispute, but I have two outstanding bills with either one of you or one with each, whatever. But the total value of these two bills is nearly £500. According to PayPal, there should be a decision arrived at today, and I know it's only 8:37, but fine. I'm just going to appeal again to your good nature. I'm not a recognised registered charity at this very moment because it is just me, but I have been a charity. You can look that up. The charity is called Shamanic Studios, and it's a Scottish registered charity, and I worked with people with mental and physical disabilities. Now, I do happen to know that one of you is a multi-millionaire, billionaire, and you just had a lovely little child, and you are interested in, quote, spreading some of that money around. I would ask you to seek your hearts to forgive me this bill. I say forgive me because it is probably entered into in ignorance on my part. As far as I could see, the last thing I expected in the world as what I am doing is to be billed nearly £500 to promote the videos I produce and the mandalas, right? I don't charge anything for the videos, although I'm trying to get some kind of system set up, but it doesn't seem to be very effective. And I don't know how they're going to do it. That's YouTube. They're going to, people can subscribe. And I know they're being mixed in with other things now, and there are advertisers attached, but I haven't received a penny, so I don't know what's going on there, right? If it's Facebook, the same analogy that I don't sell my mandalas. They're freely available, and I do not sell my videos. They're uploaded, and people can watch them or not watch them at their heart's content. I do need that money. Funny enough, that's why I feel there is something a bit out of sync here. My female associate, girlfriend, or whatever, we've recently spent a month together in Thailand, and then right at the end of the period, she said she'd like to go and visit her parents because they do live a long way away, and we couldn't have fitted it in, even though I had a car. And I had other things to do, and she knew that. And she's gone on the bus. I mean, she's gone on the, like, that's my lady friend, she's not into wasting money. But having said that, she wanted 20,000 baht, which is, funny enough, about £400. But this is for everything, to go and buy some presents because she hasn't seen her mother, her brother. She's got two brothers, and all live in Nakhon Sawan. It's a very poor place in Thailand, you might know it, but anyway. And we got plans when things settle. I'm working for the reappearance of the Christ. Now, that might not mean bugger all to you, but I'd ask you to check that out. And then we do watch some of my funny videos. Yeah, they are a bit, could be construed over the top, but I say that in the introduction to them. They're described as adult humour. And I even go on to fast to say that I use this medium to sow seeds of wisdom that if I just said in a straight, formal matter, people would just turn off anyway. But, we can sow these little seeds and they grow and they stimulate internal growth. Now, a recent, I won't say he's direct supporter, but he is the Dalai Lama. Now, he has said, that this situation, quote, in Tibet, and that's one of the issues I'm moving with, meditating and prayer ain't enough. Yeah, but he's right. We need something a bit more oomph. And the ministry I move is it. I'm not saying I'm the only one, but channeling. Why? Simply put, in layman's terms, a channel enables higher intelligences, cosmic beings, discarnate humans, if you like, angels, whatever, to come through them And quite surprisingly, but it's not, if you look into Tibetan Buddhism, which incidentally I'm not an ordained monk, but I am in the sense, and I have been, that's it, right. I have recently what's called taken refuge, and that's a formal ritual, similar like being baptized into Christianity, which I've also done, right? And I also was trained in Hare Krishna movement, which is Hinduism, and studied the Bhagavad Gita. Anyway, I'm not here to, I've done this and I've done that, and my name's Jack the Ripper, right? But what I am appealing to is that the criticism I've been receiving and why I have many views, right, is, and it's a problem, it's an issue, and I have covered this. Divinities, Ganesh as an example, is called the remover of obstacles. And funny enough, the latest video I've done, if you check that one, it's called the Four-Headed Ganesh, so it's all factual, of Nain Bay, which is also now a reactivated cosmic power point. And it means people can go to Nain and are going to Nain, bathe in the water, and will be cleansed. But if they do this consciously, in other words, they say a few prayers, and they can do it as many times as they want, right? It's not like baptism, you're only meant to do it once thing. No, it's mikvah, and then it comes through the Kabbalistic tradition. But it goes beyond that. As you can see, the Hindus go in the holy rivers. There are many traditions, that adopt the medium of water. Now, there's a whole load of teaching just come out about the specialness and significance of water. He's a Japanese chap. And you'll see that you can bless water and it will chemically change its constitution. So you can actually see. They did experiments with the priest. They said, right, we bless this water. Then they can photograph this and show it. And then they asked him, what image did you use? Because some people focus on, well, the cross is the common one for Christians, right? But just an example. And the cross was impregnated into the water. Water's, I haven't got any to show you, but I want a little bit. Very special. And the mikveh is saying, wash yourself in the water. And the mikveh at Nain is extra special, because it is performing planetary healing as well. Why? Because it's actually a little stream. No, it's right. It's a stream. Yeah, it is a stream, but then it waters into a massive reservoir. Get it? And then at the end of the reservoir, there's a little sluice gate, and it's just across the road. And then from the road, you're going right into another little stream, if you follow, into Pindorn Bay, which of course is the sea. Now, the land itself has been owned by a Wat for thousands of years, so it's consecrated land. And even the interesting thing at Nain, you can see, I think it's 5 or 6 of these hand-carved, I don't say marble, but they are whatever, balls. And they've got little plaques on. There's no big thing made of it. But those balls were some of the original balls that are used to consecrate the land. So what they do is they dig holes. It's in the, basement, the ground level part of any building. It comes in, but anyway. And I've shown these twice. That's interesting. I backtrack. I went to another special place that I'm probably going to return to in Nakhon Sawan. And that is northern Thailand, northeast Thailand, literally opposite Bangkok. So it's quite a way away from here. But I was there because the lady I met lived there, and she took me home, She explained to me, this is a lot different to Phuket. There's no nightclubs, and there is a bit, but, this is real Thailand. And it is, it's mine, it's beautiful. And the place, Nakhon Sawan, you check this out, is nicknamed, the Town of Angels, not like our Los Angeles, but the Town of Temples or something. It's a special place. There are loads of Wats, Well, watch that. So, I'd ask you kindly to watch the last video I've just done. It's entitled Four-Headed Ganeshi. Nairn, because that's where this, I didn't share that, there is a shrine to this four-headed Ganesh. It's only the second time I've come across the concept of a four-headed Ganesh, right? I'm sure if you did a little bit of research, you'd find there's a lot of intellectual data about what this deity represents. Well, Ganesh generally is a removal of obstacles. It's also to do with material wealth. He's quite a popular deity. And in fact, in Phuket, one of the best seafood restaurants in Phuket has a shrine to Ganesh. And it is a proper active shrine. A lot of people just think it's a tourist thing. No, these are shrines that go back hundreds of years. And it's common practice for people in Thai to have their shrine outside, not in a hall or anything, because of the beautiful climate. Here we'd have to have them locked up in a room and all this and that. And it's there. And needless to say, you go and taste the seafood there, because the whole place is blessed by Ganesh. Within they could prove this scientifically, because basically any shrine, any human being like myself or whatever, emits an immense auric field, right? Now, they are moving into this technology now. They've got, is it Kirlian photography? But that's pretty basic. But there will be soon means of detecting someone's, in inverted commas, spiritual aura. And they had this in Atlantean times. Other civilizations, they could suss people out before they even spoke to them. They'd come into a temple and there'd be a device there, and they would spot the dodgy ones, because they'll all be shriveled. They're not, as Christ taught, be a beacon of light, towards everyone. Now, so the degree of light that can flow through you is the degree of purity you as a person are. I'm watching the time, young mate, and I realise it's worth it. So I reiterate, please look at this video. Please have a chat with your wife, and just say, do we? That's the magic mantra, do we? Because your wife isn't as my girlfriend is. We sometimes felt like cat and dog, but without her, I wouldn't be half. There you go, it's the same half to man. She's like negative, I'm positive. She always seems to be pessimistic, and I could be construed as ultra positive. But in between the two of us, there is a great common ground. And we often end our little squabbles with us, ending in a toy fight, if you know what I mean. She goes, and goes to hit me. She ain't going to hit me. And then I get into the, and we can laugh. We can laugh at each other. And it's beautiful. I know I've got one person, I'm going to swear, if I've had their head fucked up by some asshole, and unfortunately there's plenty of them around, right, I can go to her and I can curse and swear for me, fucking asshole, and she won't go, Graham, you're a holy man. No, she understands. Jesus got angry, Christ got angry, Buddha got angry, Ganesh gets angry, believe me. There's not a deity or spiritual being, however you want to define them, that does not move forcibly and powerfully in anger. Now there's self-righteous anger, that's different. That's you having a go at someone because they're not moving in how you define being spiritual is. But the anger that manifests through me is a bit of that, but it's more like reprimanding a small child. For fuck's sake, wake up! What do you mean? Jesus never got angry. Of course he fucking well did. And you've got to say it like that, because these people are blocking the truth. Right? And it's very important now, because very near, and I know people have said this, and prophecy is on my ministries, right, that Christ is waiting to reappear. That's been prophesied, and so people like me are working tail under ass, right? Because there's lots of things need to be done, and we're sort of people that are open and saying, well, God, just use me. I've got no ties, I'm not married, I'll go here, there and everywhere, literally. And I'll soon find things to do, because I'm open, to receive whatever inspiration I might get. And I just follow it. I'm free to be able to follow it. But an obstacle has come, and obviously Ganesh could solve it, but it's not just money. You can't buy a diplomat. Well, probably you can, but that's another issue. A diplomatic passport. Generally, you have to be put forward by people, and it is obviously quite an honour. And if there's, I don't know if there's a vote or whatever, but yeah, that's it. And you have to be someone of quite a good degree of proven character. Well, I've channeled that America, Bhutan, which is a small Buddhist country, and I have actually made connection with someone in Bhutan, and blew me away. But somehow we met online, and she wants to come to England. And the last conversation we had, via thing, was, well, look, shall we, how do I word it? Yeah, do a house share. Meaning you want to come to England, and I can allow you to do that. And I want to go to Phuket, and you can help facilitate that. Because they do have quite strict visa requirements for Bhutan. You've got to know someone and whatever. And I've achieved that now, or it's been achieved. Thailand, well, obviously I've got strong connection there. Well, I've got a potential wife. So that could be my ticket in there. We get married and then I'm But, it's probably going to be a bit of resistance, but I don't think much. One of the things I advocate is the legalisation of marijuana. Now, there's a bit of a bite in that because my brother was with me, if you believe in the concept of twin souls. We incarnated together, and he took his life because of an oppressive system that wouldn't let him continue to smoke marijuana, even though he had a major he's diagnosed manic depressive, might add, as I have been, but that's right. And it got to a ridiculous situation. The police were hounding him. I'm talking about Albany Police, Drug Squad. And when he got arrested, there was a breach of guidelines. The military police were called in. This is in Southsea. Witnessed. He was a big man. They were scared of him. And even though they were outnumbered, he wasn't, he kicked, he got in there and he shocked the shit out of him. He wasn't, he was being done for just possession of marijuana, which you thought, what the fuck? He was protecting his friends. Get it? They're all in the pub in Southsea, and by correcting a ruckus, it enabled some to slip out, and they did. Right. But the interesting twist is that a Hell's Angel happened to be in the bar, didn't know my brother from Adam, was there, and Hell's Angels are very holy people, believe it or not. He saw that this was unjust that was going down. He saw that this man was grossly undernumbered. And when they started to twist his arm behind his back and torture him, that was it. Right, now you've seen Hell's Angel, I'll be quiet. Leave it! And the whole fucking bar just, woo! Right? That was a Hell's Angel, and if you know it, I've seen it 12 before. So of course, these bastards had only got my brother, got his arms on his back, and he was just shunted out to a van by 4 or 5 of them. Oh yeah, they carried him out. He's kicking his legs and all. Yeah, but then they set about this guy. And you're looking at 12 to 1, and these were military police, some of them with clubs. They have these sort of, what's hard as well, they are padded, but they are heavy, and you don't really want to be whacked round the head. He could kill you, right? And they beat the shit out of this guy, but luckily all he did was, I don't think they broke his ankle, but they really fucked up his leg. I don't think it was broken, but yeah, he was unable to get up and do more. That was it. So he lay down. He got enough sense, I'm outnumbered, and they really injured my leg. They didn't arrest him because there were enough witnesses to have all of them, really in deep shit, sort of abuse of power. The man was just doing the honourable thing because they were torturing him. And I made a job explaining that. Well, we're policemen, so we can twist an arm behind someone and pull their fingers and this sort of shit. And when he got in the van, it continued, right? They were twisting his finger. I mean, it's really, right. His brother told me once, he said, bastard, did this and that and whatever. And it was just a man selling marijuana to us. I mean, what's the world come to? I'll tell you what it's come to. In the case of marijuana, it's a bunch of corrupt shits who wish to keep marijuana illegal for their own personal, financial, corrupt gain. If people looked into it, why is marijuana illegal? It's all a crock of shit. I even go as far as cunt shit. No truth. And there are reports now coming out daily. You look at my page, Graham Clark thing, and it's just full of reports all over the world, how it's used to treat cancer, how they're doing research into this illness and that. Marijuana is a sacred medicinal herb. I've said it a few times, but I said, if marijuana was a person and the things that have been said about it, it as a person could sue the fucking shit at DAA, all these other so-called bodies of intelligence. Yeah. And on a last note, marijuana is a person. If you accept certain spiritual teachings that say everything has a spiritual counterpart, the Findorn Foundation's very hot on this. They say everything's got a day birth thing. But then if you go into Christian consciousness, they actually worship a plant. It's called the Tulsi plant. And the philosophy behind that is every species in nature has a perfected form. And if you go into this, as I did, you'll see that the avatar has not just appeared in human form. It's been a turtle. It's been a fish. Admittedly, it's mind-blowing because we've no way of knowing that. Well, you see, if you read something like that and study it and meditate on it, there's an inner recognition. Because there is a part of you that goes back before the beginning of time. And obviously, for your own sanity, you forget a lot of this detail, but you can reconnect with it. Anyway, my friend, to end this again, I'd really appreciate if, you can tell the powers that be that to make a decision. I feel the fairest is to give me all the money back, but obviously if you feel no, at least half. And the reason for that is that I am not a money-making concern. I am a charitable entity, although a one-man charity. Well, I could soon make it a charity. Oh yeah, I could get a bullshit secretary, a bullshit, administrative stuff. I think, we had a charity with just 3 people. And we can outline its gains to spread cosmic wisdom through the medium of cosmic humour. Whatever, Mr. Clark has studied the Alice A. Bailey teachings, which are all channeled, I might add. And he currently is what some people classify a white magician. Now, the white magician, if you look at all mythologies, you've got Merlin was the white magician. King Arthur, had a white magician. The white magician does prepare the way for the Christ, does protect the way for the Christ, and does and can use magic, that is the laws of the universe, in the service of light. We've got the Bible and the spreading of the Red Sea. I mean, there are accounts of, miraculous happenings. And if you just analyse it and say what was going on, that was the powers of darkness being clearly shown, which has always been the case, and is the case that the powers of light are far, it's not superior, but everything, oh dear, we get stuck down philosophy. All is light. But darkness is temporarily allowed to be real. But I notice the word temporary. But when you truly do realise, not intellectually, that everything is light, and you're living from that understanding, darkness is gone. There's your poem for you, right? Channel quite a while ago for a budding No, for a mobile, so you blew it then, but for a mobile PowerPoint is he, that's me, triangulating to shower, Sirius is light, Sirius is power. So come, you budding wizards of the light. So I'm not the master wizard or the thing, but there will be apprentices. So come, you budding wizards of the light, come join me in the fight. By joining me, I also teach people, right? You know, that they start off on the path of white magic. And there are books where they can, you know, a treatise on white magic, for instance, right? That's channeled, and that's a key, got a lot of subject matter in there, and then the rest will just come from within you, right? So come, you budding with the light, come join me in the fight, help me found the kingdom, Sirius living. And Sirius is the cosmic, I don't know if it's cosmic dog star, but whatever, it's a source of cosmic energy. And on that note, I am busting everybody, and it's getting a bit boring saying that, but I am, and it's 20 past, well, it's just gone 9, I haven't had my breakfast. I've uploaded this 40-minute channeling, which is available on YouTube. Like I say, see the latest, because it's the best, and I'm covering things. It's interesting because the four-headed, for instance, Ganesh, I'm not saying it's utterly unique, but it does add some kind of substance to why Nanhan is a cosmic PowerPoint. It is a special place because the Wat is full of shrines to other gurus. Ganesh isn't exactly what you'd call a Buddhist deity, but it's there. And yeah, anyone interested and feels drawn and has got the necessary technology, I think it'd be very interesting to see what sort of auras and projections of light are happening there. Ooh. Anyway, I'll see you soon, and I hope you do make a decision later today. Obviously, I will react to that decision. I've probably got to sell something because I am actually overdrawn. And the only way I can justify it as well, I wasn't really calculating that might have to me to be charged £500. And so that's why I've contested it. It's goodbye for me, and it's goodbye for me and Mortal Minds you're watching. Whoa.